Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you very much for being a time traveler. This is your exclusive super full moon in Cancer reading. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. Okay. Taurus, your super full moon in Cancer messages, Eye of the Needle, intentionality, card number 17. You then have full moon in Cancer. Wow, this is a full moon in Cancer, super full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. And then you have moon madness, avoid drama. Okay, there's something here that you need to see clearly, like Eye of the Needle. Okay, tell me more about this here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying Eye of the Needle, intentionality, card number 17. It's kind of giving me almost 4 or 5 of Swords feeling. I say that because I have 2 pairs of needles, like sewing needles on each side. So it could be 4 swords, but then I got this big old needle down the middle, which could also mean 5 of Swords, which would make sense. That's avoid drama. So let me continue. We are clarifying Eye of the Needle, intentionality, card number 17. Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. And then moon madness, avoid drama. I'm going to take a peek at that and put that back in the deck for you. We have the King of Wands. Okay. Tell me more about this here, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is this their super full moon in Cancer message? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay. Taurus, we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. You then have the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and Judgment. At the bottom of the deck, you have 9 of Wands, Temperance, and the 6 of Pentacles. That leaves you, the Hierophant, to the King of Swords, to the Magician here, Hangman to the Tower. Taurus, I feel like there's an entity here in your life. And look, if it's not your reading, it's okay. Check another placement. But for a Taurus watching, there's someone here in your life that has betrayed you to some degree, backstabbed you, is keeping you small, maybe even trying to control you. What is that 4 of Pentacles here? I also think that you're holding on to this individual. This could be a friend, a family member, a lover. It could be your boss, for all I know, okay? 4 of Pentacles. Tell me why the 4 of Pentacles is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 4 of Pentacles is clarified by the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords. I think you see it very clearly, right? The Eye of the Needle is seeing something with like great intentionality, right? You can see it crystal clear. I think you intuitively know and emotionally know that you're supposed to walk away from this entity. And yeah, I think you continue to do cycle after cycle. Now, if you have already broken the cycle or you're in the process of breaking out of the cycle with this person, congratulations. This would then be for the Tauruses that are kind of still lagging behind. But stick with me. Let's see where you're going here. It looks really good. So if you have just disengaged from this individual, whomever they are, or you're in the process of doing that, we're going to see where you're going in the future. But I still have a group of you here in the collective where you're still continuing to do cycle after cycle. You're still holding on to this entity, even though it's like emotionally depleting you. And it's emotionally depleting you because you are consistently or continually backstabbed or betrayed in some form or fashion by this entity. Tell me about the 10 of Swords here. Tell me about the 10 of Swords here. What is the 10 of Swords here that Taurus continues to, I was going to say put up with. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I feel like you continue to tolerate it. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Geez. Taurus, whatever this person does, it robs you of your happiness. This is a job they're not paying you adequately. You know it. You're hurt by it. And yet you continue to show up, hoping that maybe one day they'll give you that raise or promotion that you know you deserve. And energetically here, I see that you do deserve it. But just because you know your worth and I can energetically see your worth doesn't mean that this schlep, whoever they are, that they see it. You know, clearly they're not, and you feel betrayed by it. If this is a friend, family member, or lover, this is someone who doesn't include you in the integral parts of their life. You feel like you're on the outside looking in. So they make you feel abandoned or ghosted. They do or say things that leave you constantly up in your head. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It's disturbing your sleep. 9 of Cups, the Lovers, and the World card. I feel like every time you get close to making the choice to walk away from this entity, you decide to stay. You get confused. Maybe they do something that's a little bit generous with that 6 of Pentacles that I'm looking at. And then it sort of restabilizes the connection enough for you to stay. Like they give you just amount of hope to stay. And I think for those of you where you have exited this, or like I said, you're in the process of doing so, you probably could attest to the fact that that's probably why you stayed longer with whomever or whatever this is. I just saw the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, someone you're married to, you have finances wrapped up with, the job you've been at for a long time. Certainly could be a friend or family member that you've known for quite some time with that 10 of Pentacles. So again, the feeling here is like, you know you're supposed to leave, but you do cycle after cycle. I think you do cycle after cycle because they give you just enough to keep you hanging on. Oh, what is that song? Why don't you be a man about it and set me free? You're just using me. Get out of my life. I don't even know what song that is. I don't know what song that is. I'm going to have to Google the lyrics afterwards. I'll put a link in your video below. They give you just enough to keep you hanging on. Oh, keep you hanging on. I think that's the name of the song. Whew. Okay, Taurus, I went to shuffle the deck to start clarifying the King of Cups, Ace of Swords. And your card deck, I felt like someone hit it out of my hand and it scattered. So I had to pick up the cards. I hope that I got all of them. I did. None fell on the floor, but they all went flying that way. So maybe there is a lot of drama with this entity, or you are presuming that there will be. And maybe that's what you're trying to avoid. I think you're trying to avoid drama by staying, but I don't think what you realize is that you are creating drama. Oh, look at that. 5 of Wands to the World card. You're creating drama. And I'm not blaming you for it. It's just that you're like perpetuating the drama that you're dealing with by not closing it out. So full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. This is the king of the Cancer suit, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So there's something here about you seeing this very clearly. Tell me about the King of Cups energy. What is the King of Cups energy? That scared the bejesus out of me. Oh, there is a card here. Okay. The Death card. Okay. Tell me about the King of Cups energy here for Taurus. Why is the King of Cups here for Taurus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Cups is clarified by the Page of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords. So, okay. I have a group of you, small group of you. You're already conversing with someone else. You're just keeping it hidden. Page of Swords, 8 of Wands, and the High Priestess. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean that this is another lover. It doesn't have to be. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be another lover for some of you. I just feel like in secret here, you've been communicating with someone, someone that you have a lot of respect for, admiration, possibly even love, and they have it for you. I feel like this entity knows what you're going through. I think this entity is trying to help you dissolve your fears so you can gain the clarity you need to move on from whomever or whatever this is. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as the energy here. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. I feel like you have someone here that you have been conversing with. If not, there go your cards again. If not, then you already have this person in your life, and your advice here is to start talking to this person. So either you have been discussing this with this person in secret, in private, I should say. If not, if you know who this person is, you should reach out to them and start having this conversation. Either way, I feel like this person helps you dissolve these fears that you have when it comes to moving on. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the King of Swords, the Moon, and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, bottom of the deck, 2 of Wands. I feel like whoever this individual is, they help you gain clarity, because right now you're in King of Swords to the moon energy. You can't see things clearly. And because you can't see things clearly, you're allowing your emotions, maybe your feelings for this person or your feelings for this job or whatever, to keep you attached to them or linked to them or hooked to them in some way. So I feel like you do have an inability here at this time to actually see like the truth of the matter, like to actually like see it clearly. I feel like you have an entity here, and I'll try to get a little bit more for you on this person. This is the person that would help you see the truth or help you move on from whomever or whatever this is. Nine of Pentacles. This is a very single, free, independent energy. You're supposed to, now you do whatever you want, you're supposed to make the judgment call to become single, free, and independent of whomever or whatever this is. Why the Nine of Pentacles here for Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. And look, I don't know, maybe this is like a really bad family situation, like parents or something that take advantage of you. That's possible. Nine of Pentacles is clarified by Two of Swords, Justice, and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you've been blocking yourself, mainly out of fear. I do think part of you knows that you're supposed to move forward, and I think that there's a little bit of you that's actually excited when you think about moving on from this entity, like finding another job or moving on from this person and maybe finding another lover or another friend or friend group in the future. Like part of you is a little bit excited with that Page of Wands energy, but you hold yourself back from actually making the decision. Judgment. Tell me about the Judgment card here for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Star, the Devil, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Three of Swords. I feel like you're supposed to make the judgment call to move on from this. There's some toxic attachment. I don't always see the Devil card as toxicity. It could be a Capricorn. In that case, this is the Capricorn that you have to move on from. But I'm looking at what I'm clarifying, and I'm clarifying you being attached, either financially or emotionally or in some other way, to an entity that is emotionally depleting you, possibly financially depleting you, not investing in you as they should, as an employer should, as a friend should, as a lover should, etc., etc. You're undecided about what you want to do because you allow your emotions to take over, and you have at least one entity here who's supposed to help you gain clarity so you know what to do. I feel like you're supposed to make the judgment call to heal this toxic attachment that you have to this entity. Tell me about this entity here that Taurus is connected to. Tell me about this. And then we'll look to see, for those of you where you have become single, free, or independent, or those of you who are interested in doing that, we'll see what is next for you. But tell me a little bit more about this entity. Some of you are afraid to move on from this person because you feel like they're so toxic that there could be too much drama. And you're like, maybe I'm better off just keeping myself small and staying here. But I don't think that's the answer, Taurus. Your cards are all over the place. I feel like when you start thinking about moving on, part of you is excited and part of you gets very nervous. Tell me more about this entity. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Part of you gets nervous. Yeah, Five of Wands. There's a conflict. There's a drama. So this entity is, for lack of a better phrase, better term, hot-headed, combative, argumentative. They want things their way. We have the Four of Swords and we have the Ace of Wands. So this person is fueled or like motivated by desire, control, and aggression. And then I feel like when all is said and done, then they offer you a little apology, which you don't really seem to accept. So it's like the apology is not enough for the damage they inflict on you. What else does Taurus need to know about that entity? So it's like the boss that continually tells you you're getting a raise and doesn't give you one. And then should you bring it up or they happen to remember it, they're going to say they're sorry, but they don't then move forward and give you the raise. They apologize and that's it. Then they expect all is well. Anything else Taurus needs to know about this entity? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Empress, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. This entity keeps you confused because this serves their ego. I have to tell you what's on the table. This entity likes to keep you confused. They also give you just enough so you think you're being victorious, just enough to give you a little bit of wishful thinking or a little bit of hope that the situation, environment, or connection with them will improve. Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Ace of Pentacles. They give you just, it's like they know when to give you just enough so you make the choice to stay. Just enough so you don't walk away. Wow. All right, Taurus. I'm going to clear up the cards off the table here. I'll definitely get you advice, but I want to see for those of you that you have moved on from this entity or you're in the process of moving on from this entity. The only card I'm going to keep here is the Nine of Pentacles. I want to see where you are headed. And for those of you contemplating moving on from this entity, let's see where you're headed. That's really what I want to look at. Whew, these are some deep readings. Okay. We're at the 17-minute mark. I don't want to take up too much of your time, Taurus, but for Taurus who becomes single, free, and independent of this entity, where does Taurus go next? Or what happens next for Taurus? What happens next for Taurus once they become single, free, and independent of this entity? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Where are you headed to next? Ten of Pentacles. A better paying job or a long-lasting relationship? Yeah, you can't see it now, Taurus. Taurus, you can't see it now, but you have more victory or more success once you leave whomever or whatever this is. Seven of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. There's your new beginning. So you can't see it now. All of these different options and choices and different opportunities and work and different soulmates that cross your path and different ways that you can make money and grow and expand and actually provide your life with forward movement as well as stability all at the same time. Where now I think you might have stability, but there's no forward movement. Like you kind of feel stuck. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. No, this is forward movement with stability. Not no movement, just to keep some semblance of stability. The Fool, the Eight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Taurus, your whole new beginning here starts the moment you decide to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. Okay, clarify that Ten of Pentacles here more for Taurus. Actually, no. I think that was self-explanatory. Lots of different options, soulmates, job opportunities, financial wealth. I want to look at this drama. I feel like you think you're avoiding drama by staying with this or putting up with this. So I would like to know for you, Taurus, what does this entity do if Taurus were to make the decision to like depart from them? What would this person do? What does this entity do? This friend, this family member, this lover, this job, whomever this is. What is their reaction? One more shuffle. Thank you. What is their reaction? Five of Swords. You're not wrong. There will be drama and arguments and conflict. The Chariot, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, Justice, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. You're not wrong. You intuitively know that if you were to communicate to this entity that you wanted to depart from them, maybe even for some of you get a divorce, I don't know, with that Justice card, they would try to rush in and, again, offer you something just enough to get you to stay. And that's the drama. Like, I think if you knew for certain it would be a clean break, I think you would do that. And some of you are making a clean break, whether you know the drama's coming or not. You're just like, I want to be done with this. But for those of you a little behind on the timeline and you're hesitant to do this, I think you're hesitant to do this because this is what you want to avoid. This is a very aggressive, like verbally argumentative clash here. So if you were to move forward with this, and I think this person would come in with something to try to keep you or convince you to stay. The Fool, the High Priestess, yeah. Convince you to not move forward here in the new beginning. All right, Taurus. I want to get you a little bit more on that King of Cups that was there. Whether that is masculine or feminine, doesn't matter to me. I don't read body parts. Taurus, you have at least one entity here that you can turn to. Tell me more about that King/Queen of Cups that Taurus can turn to. Okay. It might be family for some of you. The Ten of Cups came out face up, so we're going to keep it. Some of you might be nervous to tell this person or these people what you've been going through. Maybe, yeah, Nine of Cups. So you have someone here that you can turn to, Taurus. And for some of you, it's family. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Or someone that you treat like family. Wheel of Fortune. Five of Cups. There's someone you can go to about this sadness, this loss, this, regret. Yep, World card to close this out. So this individual could be a Leo, any one of the 4 fixed signs. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Sagittarius. That's Jupiter energy. So they could be a Sag, they could be a Leo, or they could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Could be a sibling for some of you. This entity would help you move on from whomever or whatever this is. World card, Magician, Page of Swords, 3 of Swords. Yep, there's that 10 of Pentacles again with the King of Cups. Could be a water sign as well. But I feel like this entity not only helps you move towards this ending, they also help you, like, this is someone you can talk to about your broken heart and also how to rebuild your life in the aftermath. So I think your main message here, Taurus, is to let your fears dissolve and to reach out to this individual. I think that's your main message. And from there, let the path or journey take you where it's going to take you. But I think you need someone on the outside of this to give you a better perspective. And so your super full moon and Cancer message is to identify who this person is that came through so strongly in your reading and to contact them. And I don't think you need to let this other entity know that you're doing that, because remember, we're also trying to avoid drama here with them. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus, please. The 8 of Cups, the Knight of Cups. I'm telling you, you have a Aries, you have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. Could be a Gemini or a Virgo. Your advice is to move towards that individual, to seek guidance, to seek counsel here. I have the first decan of Pisces here in the 8 of Cups, third decan of Libra, second decan of Scorpio, and then we have the Magician is Virgo and Mercury. Virgo and Gemini. Yeah, you're supposed to move towards this individual. 3 more cards of advice here for Taurus. I don't want to leave you just like that, Taurus. But Mercury ruling communication. It's like you need to move towards this person and ask for help. Ask for help. Or see what they're willing to offer you. 1 more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, Death card, Hangman, and the Page of Swords. Yep, bottom of deck, 6 of Swords. I feel like you already know who this person is. They would help you to close this out, start your life over, let go. Sometimes the Hangman talks about sacrificing and letting go. But I don't think you need to make any of those huge monumental decisions in the energy of the super full moon in Cancer. I think all you need to do is identify who this person is in your life and then communicate here with them. That Page of Swords card of communication, and that's clarifying the Magician, which is mercurial energy of communication. So yeah, whoever this entity is, I think for some of you, it's a family member, but maybe for others of you, it's a friend with that 3 of Cups. I feel like they help you move on from this, or at least They're part of the transition for you to move forward. That is what I have for you, Taurus. That is your super full moon in Cancer message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, maybe just found it to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.